you like her? No, I protested, but it was too late. Josh smirked and chanted, Shane likes Maddie, Shane likes Maddie. I elbowed him in the ribs. Shut up. Ow. He gave me a wounded look. Chill, dude. You chill, I muttered back. Everyone was hustling to get through the door before the bell rang. Someone bumped me hard from behind, nearly knocking me down. I caught myself and spun around to find Nico Palmer sneering at me. He was a big kid who played for a different club team, the Mustangs. They'd gone to regionals the past 5 years, so they were kind of a dynasty. Watch it! Move it, loser, he said as he shoved through the next knot of kids on the stairs. Cardinals suck. Mustangs suck worse, Josh called after him. Just ignore him, I said. He's an idiot. Yeah, but a good hitter. You think we'll end up playing them? I shrugged. If we win. Unlike our team, the Mustangs were pretty much guaranteed a spot at regionals. Maybe they'll choke, Josh said hopefully, tucking the baseball into the side pocket of his backpack. See you in math? Yeah, see ya. I couldn't help it. My eyes were still locked on Madeline halfway up the stairs. I pushed through the bottleneck and finally made it to my locker at the end of the hall. It was still so cool to have a real locker. Last year, we'd hung our backpacks on pegs outside class. This felt more grown up, like they were finally trusting us with something. Decorating the locker was a big deal, too. I had pictures of my favorite players taped inside. All Giants, of course. Los Angeles was Dodgers country, but Mom and I had lived in San Francisco through 3rd grade, so technically they're my hometown team. Plus, their colors are orange and black, which remind me of Halloween, which also just happens to be my favorite holiday. I mean, dressing up as whatever you want and getting free candy? It doesn't get more awesome than that. I took out the books for my first few classes, then hurried to homeroom. It was the only class I shared with Madeline, since she was in the gifted program, which kind of made me wish I was better at school. The room was half empty, and Madeline was in her usual seat by the window. Sometimes if the window was open, a breeze would send the smell of her hair over, and for 10 whole minutes I was breathing in strawberry bubble gum. I stopped and scanned the chairs, like I was trying to decide which one to take. In case anyone was paying attention, I gave a little shrug and slouched over to the one next to her. I pulled out my sketchbook to work on the drawing I'd started last night. That's pretty good. I looked up. Madeline was smiling at me, her lips shiny with gloss. Thanks. What is it? She asked, leaning over and scrunching up her face. I turned the notebook toward her. It's an alien. Cool, she said. I wondered if she really thought so. Suddenly, the drawing seemed kind of dumb. Before I could explain that I was working on a graphic novel about a space explorer, Mr. Peters came in and boomed, "Seats, please." The rest of the kids grumbled and scraped chairs as they took their desks. Madeline leaned over and whispered, "Big game this weekend, right?" Huh? Olive's brother is on your team, she said with a smile. He said you really need to win. Yeah. The fact that she even knew I played got me flustered. But I have to go out of town with my mom. I felt a twinge of embarrassment. In 6th grade, admitting you had parents was mortifying, even though we obviously all did. Bummer, she said, making a face. I'm sleeping over at Olive's, so I was going to check it out. Where you going? San Francisco, I explained. My dad still lives there. How cool, I've never been. Madeline gave a little sigh. What's it like? I struggled for words to describe how it was colder and foggier, but a lot prettier. The way that the Golden Gate Bridge looked like it was reaching out to embrace you when you crossed it. And how if you hit it at the right time of day, the sunset made the water glow like gold. But Mr. Peters started calling roll before I could answer. The bell rang and everyone started talking again. Over the din, Madeline said, "Have a good trip."